Hi friends, it's James and welcome back to my channel. So this is part 4 in creating a Discord bot in Python. If you haven't watched the last 3 episodes, I'll leave a link for those in the description. I'd highly recommend you watch those before you watch this video, as this video follows directly on from them. So, in the last episode, we covered joining and leaving voice channels. So, we got our bot to join a voice channel when we typed in a command, and we also got our bot to leave a voice channel on command. So then, in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting our bot to play a sound when it's inside of a voice channel. I know in the last episode I said that in this video we'd be going over that as well as getting our bot to play sounds from YouTube, videos from YouTube. I'm actually going to be saving that to the next video. So in the next video I'm going to be showing you how to get your bot to play videos from YouTube. However, if you're just looking to get your bot to play videos from YouTube and that you just don't want it to play sound files, I still recommend following along in this video because this video will still cover lots of the basics that you'll need to get your bot to play videos from YouTube. Anyway, let's just get started. Let's jump straight in. So then, the first thing we need to do is install some packages, and these packages will essentially allow our bot to read the sound files, to read the music, and then to be able to play it. So, if you're following along on your computer, on your Windows computer, then I'm going to show you how to do it now. However, if you followed the video where I showed you how to set it up on your Raspberry Pi, I'm going to be leaving a timestamp on the screen here where I'll go over how to install those packages on the Raspberry Pi, as it's slightly different to Windows. Anyway, I'll go over the Windows bit now, and then the Raspberry Pi bit, and then the code. So then, let's get started in the Windows bit. So then, let's install it on Windows. So, the first thing you want to do is open up your browser. Once opened, you want to go to a website called FFmpeg. I'll leave a link for this in the description. You then want to come over to the side and click Download. And then you want to scroll down and click on Windows. And then you want to go down and click on Windows Build by BTBN. And then click it. And it will take you to a GitHub page. And then so you want to scroll down and you want to click on this one here. Click it and it will install, as you can see down here. And just to show to you that it's not a virus, I will run a security check on it. As you can see here, it's just run a security check on it and it's found nothing, no dangerous viruses or files, so it's perfectly safe to install it. So once it's installed, you want to go ahead and click extract. You want to extract what's inside of here. So extract, and then you want to choose a location. I'm just going to extract it to my downloads, and then you want to click extract. Give it a second and it will extract, and there we go. It is now extracted. Okay, so it's extracted, and if we go into the extracted folder, you can see here we've got this, and if we go into the bin folder, we have got 3 executable binary files, and this is FFmpeg. So you want to copy it, so right click and click copy or Control C on the keyboard. There we go. And now we need to paste those files in a location. These are where these files are going to live on our PC. So, most people, when using FFmpeg, store it in the C drive. Here, they normally create a folder here and just call it FFmpeg or program files or something around those lines. Actually, don't create it called program files because one already exists. But yeah, just create one called FFmpeg and paste it in here. However, I'm not actually going to do this. I'm going to store it on my other hard drive, my work drive here. However, you do not need to do this. You can store it on the C drive here. So create a folder, call it FFmpeg, and then inside of here, paste these files. But as I just said, I'm not going to be doing that, but I'm going to go ahead and paste it in my work file. So there we go, I've pasted it inside of a folder that I've got on my work drive. However, as I said previously multiple times, you can just do it on your C drive, it doesn't matter. So now we can minimize this because we do not need it. So what we now need to do is add FFmpeg to our path. So what the path is it essentially allows different applications to be able to access it, to allow it to be accessed from anywhere on the PC, if that makes sense. Don't worry if you don't understand it, I'll show you how to set it up. So what you need to do is come down to the Windows search and type path. Once you've typed path into the Windows search bar, you should have two options. You want to come down and click the one that says Edit the System Environment Variables. A box like this will open. You want to come down and click on Environment Variables. Another box like this will open. You want to come down to the System Variables section. You want to scroll down until you see Path, and you want to double click it. It's now going to open up this long list. You may not have many, or you may have many. It doesn't really matter. So what you need to do is come across and click New. And now we need to paste the location of where you installed FFmpeg, where you copied those files to. So if we open back up that window that we just minimized, the place where we copied in these files, we want to copy the location. So to do this, if we click up here, it will go like this, and you can just click copy it by doing Control-C. It's now copied. So now if we come back to here, if we click New, and then we can paste it, you can see here, look, it's now appeared, and now we just need to click Enter, and there we go. We have now added it to our path. So we want to click OK. And just a reminder again, make sure this is the location of where you installed, where you copied those files to. So you want to come and click OK. And now we can just click OK and close it. Now we can close this by just clicking OK. There we go. We've now successfully installed FFmpeg. So we now need to check that we've installed it properly. So to do this, on your keyboard, hit the Windows key plus R, and then come over here. And then you want to type CMD and then click OK. There we go. So the CMD is now opened. So to test if it has worked properly, you want to type FFmpeg -- version and then enter, and there you go. It has worked. FFmpeg has successfully installed. However, -- version doesn't seem to work, but that doesn't matter because anyway we know that FFmpeg is installed. So if you get something that says FFmpeg version like this at the top, you know you have successfully installed FFmpeg. So now I'm going to show you how to install it if you're running your bot on your Raspberry Pi. So if you are just following along the Windows section, I will leave a timestamp on the screen here to the section of the video that you can jump to where I'll go through the code of getting your bot to play a sound file. So now on to installing FFmpeg onto your Raspberry Pi. So I am now on my Raspberry Pi, so let's install FFmpeg. So to do this, we want to open up the terminal. There we go. And now we want to type this. We want to type sudo apt install FFmpeg and then click enter. Give it a second and it's going to go ahead and install it. So it's now apparently successfully installed. So let's test to see if it is installed. So to do this, we type FFmpeg -version. Give it a second. And look, there we go. It has worked. If it pops up with saying FFmpeg version after you've typed this, there you go. You've successfully installed FFmpeg on your Raspberry Pi. So now let's jump into the code. Let's get our bot to play some sound. Okay, so we're now back in the code. So let's get our bot to play a sound file. So first thing we do before we start coding is that you actually need to restart your PC or computer or whatever device, your Raspberry Pi, you need to restart it. This is just to make sure that FFmpeg has taken full effect and that your system can recognize it. Even though that we checked it was installed via the CMD and via the terminal on the Raspberry Pi, we still just need to restart it just in case, because you can still get errors if you haven't restarted. So you've now restarted, which is good. Let's start writing. So the first thing in our code that we need to write is we need to install a package at the top. We need to install the FFmpeg PCM audio, this line here. I've already written it in. Pause the video here so you can copy it and paste it into the top section here. So we now need to scroll back down. And inside of our join function, this is where we're going to be writing our code today. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to assign a variable to this await statement. So what we're going to do is before this await, we're going to type voice is equal to, and then the await section here, just like this. And then below here, we're going to type source is equal to FFmpeg PCM audio. And this is what we have installed up here. Make sure it's the same. You can do that by just like copying it and coming down here and pasting it just to make sure that it is the same. And after this section here, we want to do brackets. And inside of these brackets, this is where we're going to be telling our Discord bot, FFmpeg, what our file name that we want to play is. So this is the point where you actually need to get an audio file to play. So I already have. I've imported just a basic piano thing that I found online, a basic piano audio file that I found online. It's completely free to use, and I've just imported it into my directory where my bot is. Make sure you also import the audio file that you're going to find into the same directory that you've got your Python file in. So once you've found an audio file that you want to use, you want to input the name of it inside of these brackets. So in my case, it's called piano.wav. Wav is just an audio file extension. So I'm going to write this in here, piano.wav. So we've now told our Discord bot what the name of our file is. So now we actually need to tell it to play it. So what we're going to do is come down here and we're going to write a new line. We're going to say player is equal to voice.play, open and close brackets, source. And there we go. That should be everything. Our bot should now work. It should now play an audio file. The audio file that we gave it. So in my case, the piano or whatever you're giving your bot to play. So let's test it out. Let's come down here to our terminal and run our bot like we have done in the past, in the previous series. So we can type python 3 main.py and then enter. Here we go. Give it a second for it to load. There we go. Our bot is now ready for use. So let's head to Discord. Okay, so I'm now inside Discord. So let's join a voice channel. Make sure I'm muted, which I am, so there's no weird feedback. And now let's get our bot to join. And hopefully it should play the audio file that we gave it. So in my case, the piano or whatever your audio file contains. So let's give it a go. It works. Yes. Our bot is now playing our audio file. It now works. That is so cool. So we've now been able to get our bot to play an audio file. Okay, so that now brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to be getting our bot to play audio from a YouTube video, which is going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. And while you're down there, please do smash the like button, as it would really help it out in the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya!